Tune Koiki is back on the show. Tune, it's good to have you around.
Thank you very much.
It's about this time last week that news broke. That ugly news that we don't want to talk about again. Coach Sunday Olise and Vincent, they am about this time last week. And these same guys are right here with me. We did some justice to that. Cosmos Chukwuemeka is also around. Cosmos?
Yeah, good evening.
So it is still an action-packed world of sports.
Yeah, it's still an action-packed world of sports. And a whole lot are going around. Today, Netherlands is going to be out.
Okay. Okay.
But it's going to be an interesting show.
We'll leave that discussion for now. Let me start with you, Tune Koiki. Coach Sunday Olise went to Twitter and dedicated that victory over Cameroon to true Niger football fans. Are you one of them?
The question actually is, what constitutes a true Niger? Well, what is the criteria for a true Niger football
Those ones that stood with the team after they fell to DR Congo.
Well, if that is the case, then I guess I'm not a true Niger.
I know my man. I know my people.
Yeah, because I'm one of those people who is never scared to own up and say what it is. But this result was it was from the bottom drawer. Honestly, you never saw this one coming. After the abysmal performance against the Democratic Republic of Congo, this was an absolute stunner, actually. And a lot of people are saying that this result might actually be a fluke, because it's possible that we might have caught Cameroon on a bad day. And a lot of people don't even know that Cameroon had only 2 players on the bench. They didn't have the full complement of their team. So, yeah, well, it's neither here nor there. But my only argument is that this result will only be a fluke if the subsequent game does not live up to this.
My Cameroonian friend was talking to me today and says that he wants to investigate that game. And I said, that's your business. We've beaten your team. Because he doesn't understand why Stefan Mbia was being so rash in the friendly game.
The same way, I think, was it Argentina wanted to investigate that 4-0 hiding in Abuja.
We don't care.
Was it 4-1 hiding? So, but really, it was a really interesting performance. Yeah. And coming on the heels of everything that had happened in the Super Eagles camp, the showdown between the coach and Vincent Nyama, the intrigues, the pipe politicking and horse trading, cattle trading, donkey trading, livestock trading. It was a really, really stirring performance. And really, I just hope that they can the problem with this kind of results is that they've set such a high benchmark. Beating the indomitable lion of Cameroon by 3-0 is no mean feat. There are very few countries on the African continent who have ever managed that. And for you to do that against a very decent Cameroonian team. I mean, there was Sebastian Bassong, Stephen Mbia, Clinton Nje, Vincent Abubakar, Fabrice Ondua. It was a strong team. Yeah. And yes, they didn't have a bench. Yes, a few players withdrew, like Eric Maxine Choupo-Moting of Schalke and Ongeyo, but it doesn't change the fact that it was a decent result, and trust me, a lot of Nigerians are so happy about this one. It improves our record against the Cameroonians.
That's what it is.
Remarkably.
That's what I said to him, and I don't care. Cosmos, let me get you talking. The Chan Eagles, they can drop positives from this game.
Yeah, big positives, but then they're going to be playing against the Burkina Faso side that are going to be having most of the players actually played in the All African games, and they beat Nigeria in the semi-finals. Yeah, so even if you're going to get a positive from this, but then they really need to prepare well. Burkina Faso have shown in the last 2-3 years that they can be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to African football. So for me, I just want a clear out victory in Port Harcourt. Then maybe just go to Ouagadougou and try as much as possible to, just defend and get a positive result. Even if it's a draw in that one, but then we need to win our game in Port Harcourt. Yes. For the Cameroon game, I think it was a good improvement. It was a good improvement. I mean, we saw the game against DR Congo, and we realized that going forward on the run of play, Nigeria did not have any bites. Yes, and the midfield they controlled things, but then they were not able to counter the counter attacks of the Congolese, and of course they caught us several times, and we were lucky that we actually lost that game by 2 goals to nothing.
Because this particular game was the Cameroonian game was really interesting because
it was very interesting.
Not only was the scoreline you know, crazy, but the performance itself was very, very
That's
good.
what I'm saying, that it was an improved performance. Yeah, we saw, I wouldn't call it an abysmal game. I would just say it was a game that, it was a good game. It was an eye-opener. Trust me, if we had won that game...
the abysmal game?
Well, I'm talking the DR Congo now. Yeah. Because trust me, if we had won that game against DR Congo, maybe... Yeah, exactly. Against Cameroon, it's going to be like, okay, let's just play, and we're not going to really see the gifts when it comes to the team play. But then they lost that game, and they knew that they needed to beat Cameroon. Cameroon is a good team anytime, any day. Forget the fact that they don't have a bench, where that could be a factor though, but then it's a good team anytime.
Players on the bench.
Well, but they played well. It was an interesting game. The Cameroonians...
I think everyone...
Well...
Guys, let's put an end to this. Everyone went into that game with the mindset that it's a friendly, and we can get better, we can improve. I said it yesterday to the QA. Yeah, I said I'd rather lose to DR Congo as a Nigerian, beat Cameroon and keep my bragging right. And I feel better saying it again today. I mean, I said it yesterday. I feel better again saying it tonight on the show. So we lost to DR Congo. Well, but it's bigger news that we defeated Cameroon by 3 goals to nothing.
In a friendly match.
In a friendly match.
Put that at the bottom. At the bottom side of your conversation. I don't care.
I'm saying that because in 1984, 1988,
yeah,
and right here in Lagos 2000, Cameroon won 3 Africa Cup of Nations titles on the backs of Nigeria.
But we got to the semi-finals of the Tunisia 2004 African Cup of Nations.
I don't care what it is.
Which is poor consolation, considering the fact that they won 3 Africa Cup of Nations titles on Nigeria's
back. How about this? On the 11th of October 2015 in Belgium.
I like that.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria defeated the indomitable Lions of Cameroon.
In a friendly match.
I'm anchoring the show. Let's leave it at that.
We actually won Cameroon before in Lagos in 2004.
Well,
yes, by 3 goals to nothing.
I get what to
at that time at the national stadium.
He's trying to say they are winning the crucial games. I don't care, but I've just told you.
But what?
It's about recent times. Come on, guys. Let's keep with the times. Let's stay with the Chan Eagles, Coach Sunday Olise, and the Nigerian Football Federation. They keep saying they are rebuilding, and I'm saying if they really want to rebuild, it starts with these home-based teams.
Yeah, because you know, every true sports administrator, every decent football journalist, everyone who truly understands the development stages of football will tell you that the crucible in which your national football is formed is the league. Yeah. That is where all the stars that you export to Europe that become African Footballers of the Year, this is where they start from. And when you consider the fact that the Nigerian Premier League has 20 teams spread across a vast country, each team playing 36 games, yes, in grueling conditions. And we play our matches Saturday, Wednesday. So the conditions are incredible. And if you can come through that unscathed, and manage to get a continental ticket, and manage to get your players in the national team, then you are performing something superhuman. And it is very crucial for us to have excellent development in the league that will translate to the CHAN. The CHAN will now translate to players moving to better leagues in Europe and probably Asia. And these are the players that you will use for the national team. Yeah. The former coach Stephen Keshi has shown that even with players from within the league, it is possible to achieve great things, like he did in 2013.
That's what
it is important that we understand that the very basis of football development starts with the league. That is why the league is extremely crucial. What the LMC is doing is extremely crucial. The fact that Shehu Diko is the second vice president of the Nigerian Football Association and is also chairman of the LMC makes his post particularly strategic. He is now the catalyst for development of Nigerian football. And if that happens, that rubs off on all the national teams, and we can begin to talk of true football development. So the league, the CHAN for me is a fantastic tournament. For too long, we have denied players based in Nigeria their rightful place in football. 2013 proved what was possible. You know, and the fact that the CHAN is now an established continental competition makes everything even better for me.
Take it away from where Tunde stopped, Cosmos. It's as simple as this. Coach Sunday Olise has called up Victor Moses and says, because of precautionary measures, I cannot come. And then you say, Bola or Salami, come in because you know that you play quality football right here in the country.
Yeah, definitely. Bola Osalawa, you actually saw him over the weekend when he scored that goal against Rangers. That was a very interesting game, and you saw Bola Osalawa. His 14th league goal of the season. That was a very interesting game. So Bola Osalawa has showed that, yes, with the right tutoring, that he can be able to, compete against the so-called big stars from Europe. I mean, if a certain Victor Moses doesn't want to come because of what he called
you're not shaking. You know you have quality.
You have quality, and this for the first time in a very long while. I mean, if a player in Europe decides not to come play for the national team, you have 1 or 2 players in the Nigerian. 1 or 2? Well. When I said 1 or 2 players, listen, guys. When I said 1 or 2 players, I did not mean it like the numbers. I'm saying that you have players that can as well fit in. You have as much as 2 players for that position in the Nigerian Professional Football League that can play in that same position, and that is what I'm talking about. I mean, I saw Mohamed Usman against Niger Republic, and I'm like, okay, why do we need what is his name, Mikel Obi? Yeah, I'm not taking anything out for him. I mean, in the 2 friendly games, you saw his supremacy. But then, if you give opportunities to players like that, definitely they are going to soar high. So, as far as I'm concerned, yes, we have to start our development, the building from the league. Yes, the foreign guys could come and complement what we're trying to work on here. And for me, that's just it. So if we can have players in the Nigerian Professional Football League making up the national team, and we're going to competitions and winning and all that, then the sky is just the limit.
Has retired from international football. Yeah, nobody's crying over spilled milk.
I mean, we have a whole lot of goalkeepers.
We have countless goalkeepers in the Nigerian Premier League.
Take our eyes off Kali Keme.
Kali Keme is just the only foreign goalkeeper.
Wow,
there's a certain Daniel Ekpe that has not.
And there's one gigantic fellow. I think he keeps for Aqua United or Sharks. I can't remember. One of the South teams. Massive fellow. Probably like 6'4". Excellent reflexes as well. I think he hasn't even gotten a chance in the national team. So there's so much we can choose from that. If we do it right, we shouldn't be sweating over whether Mikel Obi shows up or Mikel
Even Vincent Yama was a local base playing for Yimba for years, and he was in the Nigerian national team before he moved to Israel.
So I totally agree with the guys in the studio. We need to get it right. A lot of times folks say that your country's football is a reflection of the league football, and that's what it is. If we can get it right with the league, Coach Sunday only said we don't have a lot of problem picking quality players for the CHAN qualifiers. Let's go on this break.